Howdy everyone, it's Sam. Hope you're doing really well. If you're new around here, I hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel. And if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Just in celebration for the new year, I wanted to create a highlights video of a stream that a lot of the rugby league community got involved in, and that was a 9-hour live stream to raise funds for the Northern Rivers of New South Wales who were impacted by the rain bomb of 2022, and this has been something I've wanted to release for a long time now. It's obviously been a hectic year, and I'm really happy that I can give you this 9-hour live stream in a much shorter format. It was a blast. I'm still very starstruck by a couple of people that were on it, and I again want to say thank you to everyone that was involved in this. And maybe we should do another 9-hour live stream to raise some funds for something else in the not too distant future, hey? Anyways, take care everybody, and Happy New Year.
Howdy everyone, it's Sam. I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new around here, I hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel. And if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you so much for the continuous support. And if you are a regular around these here parts, you know how massive of a friggin' stream this is going to be. For the first time, I think, in the NRL YouTube community, we are going to be doing a 9-hour live stream starting right now all the way until friggin' midnight, and we're going to do it all for a great cause. We are raising funds to try and raise money for the town of Lismore, the Northern Rivers of New South Wales, who have been deeply impacted by the Australian East Coast bomb of 2022, rain bomb, I should say. This is our schedule. This is the schedule for what's happening today on this 9-hour live stream. And in massive news, and I'm really kind of starstruck by this, Mr. Rugby League Guru is going to be live from 3:30 p.m. very soon. And for those who are not in the know, if you are the highest donator from 3:30 to 4 p.m., you will be given away some bloke merch and or some Rugby League Guru merch as well. So to those who are just tuning in, you can score yourself some bloke in a bar merchandise if you are the highest bidder. Now, at 4 o'clock today, in about 55 minutes time, Mr. Bailey Antrobus will join us for about half an hour or so. And if you guys got any questions for the young man, any respectful questions for the young man, I'll try my best to make sure that they're answered for you. But Mr. Rugby League Roundup and myself are going to talk to the bloke for approximately half an hour from 4 p.m. Mr. Paddy G from 4:30 until 6:30 is going to be joining me. And for the first little while, we're going to talk some footy. We're just going to warm things up. And then, as you can see, dead set center there in the middle, this old man is going to be playing some video games, and I'm going to try and give Rugby League Live 4 a crack with the bloke. I've set up me PlayStation online stream and the like, and let me tell you, I've never played Rugby League Live 4 all my days. And then from 6:30 p.m, we've got Mr. Nathan Moore, who has a debut single out, believe it or not, on the country music charts from 7 p.m. and 8:30. From 7 p.m. to 8:30. This old man also needs to have some tucker, so I'll be hopping off at 7 o'clock for an hour and a half or so, and I'm putting my powers into a very trustworthy man, that is Proenzo Vids, the young bloke. He's going to be hosting a podcast from 7 o'clock till 8:30. So just a bit of variety, just so you don't get sick of my ugly mug for the next few hours as well. I'm joking. And then once I come back at 8:30 p.m, we've got Mr. Entertain House. I am so grateful that he's going to be joining me from 8:30 p.m, man. So I've just got a guest with me already, just very quickly. I did my 2022 NRL ladder predictions on Monday just recently, and this is what my top 8 looks like in finals form. So what I want to do now is I actually want to go through that final series, as it were. I mean, I think I saw a post that Proenzo Vids, who graciously just joined us for a couple of minutes. I think, what was it? I think in 2020, the year started with the bushfires. And then in 2021, the year started with even more COVID. And then in 2022, we've started off with floods. So she's been a rough old few years for the whole planet, but it's been a rough old friggin' few years for Australia whenever the year has come around and gotten started. And I just want to talk about the NRLW that took place this past weekend. For ladies that have not played a game in over 6 or 7 months, I thought the NRLW competition last weekend was really good. I actually really enjoyed my time. And I can see there is a bit of a theme happening in the chat, and that is something that we will talk about later on in the evening from Townsville. And I think she did really well in her NRLW debut. And I'll just hold my tips for the time being because, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, and I'm so grateful for his time, the man from Bloke in a Bar is about to join us. Ladies and gentlemen, please, would you make welcome Mr. Rugby League Guru? My goodness, I am so grateful. I am so lucky to have you join me right now, Mr. Guru. It is nice to meet you. How are you going this arvo?
Hey Sam, mate, I'm good. Thanks for having me on. Can you hear me okay?
You are coming in crystal clear and making me look like a bloody cheap fruit, mate. Mate, so dude, I just straight away, I'll hit you with a hard-hitting question that everyone is speaking about in the chat right now, and this is probably your first opportunity to talk about it online as well, man, on camera. The news today about Mr. Shane Warne passing away over in Thailand. I woke up to the news at about 10 a.m. I woke up 10 a.m. today, and I feel like I got punched in the face. Mr. Rugby League Guru, can I ask you about your initial reactions about Shane Warne?
Yeah, mate, unbelievable. I woke up, same thing, rolled over, opened the phone, and to be honest with you, mate, it really rattled me. Warney's a guy that, he was such a big part of all of our childhoods, especially guys that are our age. I was saying to mates today that, I remember for like a 10-year period of my life thinking that spin attack should be a focal point of a cricket team, just because Warney was so good at what he did. I probably didn't get to appreciate all the off-field stuff until I was a little bit older, which just builds the legend even more. But the stuff he did on the field, on the pitch, I should say, was just incredible. I quite often, as I'm sure most blokes do, we read these stats about how good Steph Curry is at what he does and how good he is at that one skill set that is so hard. Mate, I would argue Shane Warne, he is so good at the hardest skill set in cricket by a country mile, and he did it for 20 odd years. He was incredible. You have a look at, obviously Muralitharan holds the record for the most wickets, but I mean, you compare Shane Warne did it. I think he got 60 less wickets and he played for 3 less years. He had a shoulder injury. He was suspended for a season, and he was bowling the vast majority of times on Australian pitches, which traditionally are harder to spin on. I mean, what he did in his career was unbelievable. I've sort of lost a bit of interest in cricket, to be honest with you, over the last 15 years, and I've never really put it down to a moment. And then I sat there this morning and thought, you know what? The moment I sort of lost a bit of interest in cricket was the moment that Shane Warne retired. It's rattling, mate. It's just so young, gone so early. It's scary stuff.
What is your opinion, mate, on forward pass technology moving forward?
Yeah, mate, I see the positives in it. I worry that rugby league, we don't handle grey areas very well, and I just think it opens up a lot of grey areas. Personally, I love the game flowing.
Yep.
I feel like if we get technology like this that comes in, every single try is going to go upstairs. We're going to check every single pass from the dummy half to the halfback, to the 5'8", to the centre, to the winger, and it just worries me that we're getting too much technology involved. And look, I understand that people want to get the right decision on every single play, and I get that. That's why we brought in video referee, and then we overused it, and then we hated how much it slowed the game down. And that's my only worry, that it's going to slow our game down and people are going to get upset by it eventually. But I understand that people want the right decision. I understand that people, there's been games where a forward pass has, potentially cost you a game. But, mate, the way that I look at it, if a referee decision is deciding the game for your team hasn't done enough for me. So I'm sort of happy to have our game with a couple of little errors in it. And look, mate, at the exact same time, I've got to accept that I don't have a team that I go for. I'm not like yourself. I don't have the polo, the posters in the back. I'm not dedicated to one club. So when these things happen, it probably impacts me the least. If the Cowboys lose in round one off the back of a forward pass call, it doesn't really impact me. Whereas someone like yourself, being a passionate fan, it will impact you. So I've also got to accept that I'm not sitting in that chair. But I just think rugby league, it's always going to have its little mistakes. Referees are always going to make little forward pass errors or knock-on errors, same way as players are going to make more errors than referees every single game, you know. So I just worry how it's going to be implemented and how people are going to react to it, because it's going to end up being really 50-50 calls, which happens in rugby league all the time, that we're relying on technology to get it right. And yeah, I don't dislike the idea, mate. I just prefer our game to flow. That's my biggest worry. And the reality is, I mean, we brought in the video referee, I would guess, early 2000s, late 2000s. Mate, the game survived for 100 years before that and was fantastic without it. And I think it's something that people probably don't appreciate as much as they should.
That's really well said, and I'm in the same boat as you, man. I don't dislike the idea, but fair dinkum, you don't need forward pass technology to rule on some of the forward passes that have been let go for the past couple of years. And Super Rugby is doing it at the moment, but we won't touch on Super Rugby. That gets a bit too complicated. For me, if forward pass technology is brought into the fold, I don't want it to be ruled on between the two 20-meter lines, from the 20-meter zone to the other end. I think in a try scoring situation, that's when you can start looking at it. But as far as just general play right on halfway sort of thing, stay away. Because as you said, the flow and just it would just totally ruin the rugby league for me. I think so.
I think what you said there is a really good point, because I think that the whole game right now is based around getting on the front foot, getting on the advantage. So in order to do that, you have to get across the advantage line, which means that your front rowers, your second rowers, they are hitting the ball off the dummy half, smack on the advantage line. And I just think if you brought in this forward pass technology, you would see so many forward passes out of dummy half. So I don't mind what you're saying there, not ruling on it not ruling on it in between the two 20-meter lines, because I just think it'll stop the flow. I tend to think if you're going to do this, it is only on try scoring plays. But then once again, I'm sure you'd be upset if you're playing the Broncos and they do a forward pass on fourth tackle, then they score on fifth, you know. So it just comes down to grey areas and how we don't really handle these overly well in rugby league.
It's the year of the guru in 2022, guys. He's going to absolutely take over the YouTube world by bloody storm, I'm telling you. Mr. Guru, thank you so much for joining me, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate your time, and best of luck with the rest of the day, yeah?
Thank you kindly, mate. Take care. Thank you.
All right. See you later, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Rugby League Guru. I'm so stoked. Mr. Rugby League Roundup. The name is Billy. He organised a meeting to have with a knock-on effect New South Wales Cup player who has impressed over the past 18 months to 18 months now. Rugby League Roundup joins me. How you going there, mate?
I'm good, Sam. How are you, bro?
Good, mate. Good. I thank you so much for your time today. I thank you so much for putting in the effort to try and make this as packed as possible, bro. Thank you very much. Would you please welcome a New South Wales Cup player for the St. George Illawarra Dragons? Please make welcome Mr. Bailey Antrobus.
What team did you go for when you were growing up, Bailey?
I'm probably going to give it a hate for this one, but I was a Melbourne Storm fan growing up. I was around 4 years old, and I don't cop it. You're going to cop it for it, but yeah, Melbourne Storm fan since about 4. Been through some tough times around when they got done for the salary cap, but I just went through it. But yeah, I couldn't tell you why Melbourne. But you look at the history, just such great players you look up to, future immortals, and yeah, I just have to go Melbourne.
I want to ask you about Adam Clune. And I believe that you did play with Adam Clune last season, Mr. Antrobus. How much has he missed down there at St. George Illawarra Dragons, Bailey?
Oh, mate, Clooney is just indescribable. Like I seen him just training and playing. I'm just like, his mind just blows me. He's one of the best players, if knowledge as well, and just outside of footy, great bloke. Like when I was doing it in the preseason, he was helping me out so much before he went up to Newcastle, and like you just pull him aside, say like, "Hey mate, how can I do this? Like you do it so good. How can I do it?" And like he's just straight away telling you everything you need to know. And he should be on Fox Sports. He's amazing with his like just awareness and stuff. But I assume that like there would be a bit of a loss. But we also have some great players coming through. Like we got Sloaney, we got Bard Sullivan, we got Junior Monin. He would have helped out them a lot. And just give them 1 or 2 years just to master their class. And like you look at them now, like they're already NRL players and they're just fantastic. And if you give them a couple of years, it's just going to be like he never left, because he would have passed on his knowledge to them. And you got Ben Hunt there, that's also as well. Great leadership. Like we're in good hands next couple of years with our halves. But Clooney, can't recommend him enough. Good bloke.
How did you feel after getting on the field? How did you feel after the trial match against Parramatta?
Yeah, look, mate, I won't lie to you. I was a bit sore. I only played 30 minutes, and out on the wing, you don't really do much out there on the wing. But all you got to do is catch the ball and put the ball down and make the tackle when he comes to it. But yeah, mate, I was pretty buggered, just the body. Like we've done all the preseason and all the contact, all the running, but it's just different pace. Like we've been put through a lot of game simulation and footy at training. Like we've been prepared for it, but it's so much different compared to being the real life thing. But it's just something to be out there, mate. Just actually playing some footy.
Bailey, I think you're being bloody
Just
modest. I think you're being modest there, mate. I think when you came onto the paddock, mate, your defence man, you were just about in every bloody frame, bro. And you had I forget who the gentleman's name is, but the winger that you were marking up on was the size of a freaking skyscraper, and you bloody stopped him from. He's an enormous man that could do good things, and you stopped him from scoring a try as well. And you scored a try yourself, mate.
Yeah.
So you did bloody good things last week, Bailey.
I thought he did
Hey,
well.
I'll give full credit to the boys when it's due. All I did was put it down. Like all the catch pass sequencing was just all practice at training. We've had just been a lot of working on catch passing. That's been his main thing, and mate, finally paid off. All I did was put it down.
As someone that really loves the history of rugby league, what was it like for you to strap on your boots and go out and play at those legendary parks like Henson Park and North Sydney Oval, Bailey?
Oh, I love going back to the old suburban grounds. It's just a different atmosphere, because with like your ANZ stadiums and stuff like that, the crowd's so much further away to the ground. And like I thrive on, like, for example, down here in Wollongong in Group 7 comps, like you can park your car right up on the hill and be 5 meters from the sideline. And that's what you sort of reminds you of. It takes you back to the grassroots of footy, where footy was founded on, and like legends have played coming up through. Like that's what I love. Like, yeah, it's mad to play in your stadiums, but personally, I'd rather play, like, for example, Belmore. Belmore, you see those crowds in the kennel going off, and it just looks so good. I'd rather play at a 15,000 stadium packed out as opposed to an 80,000 people. There's 15,000 people that looks dead, but 15,000, a lot of people, but when you're in an 80,000 stadium, it's just so much better. Like you look at the Bulldog, Belmore's crazy. Even Leichhardt, like that's crazy. But like those rich histories, like your suburban grounds are just amazing. Henson Park, there's so much history there. Then yeah, the Sydney Cricket Grounds and all those ones, it's amazing.
And I'll tell you what, mate, I see on the knock-on effect cup draw as well that you guys are coming down to Canberra and you're playing at a ground called Raiders Belconnen. The cars are well and truly on top of you there, mate. And I'll tell you what, after you doing this with me today, I might have to hunt you down and shout you a bloody beer after the game that you play out there at the Raiders Club in Belconnen, bro. That's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mr. Paddy G. Mr. Paddy G, am I coming in loud and clear? How you going, man?
I'm all right, mate. I'm no footy player and I'm not the rugby league guru, but I will try my best.
You don't have to try that hard, mate. You're a bloody... So if you're unfamiliar with Paddy G, he's well over 2,000 subscribers. He's a absolute Manly Sea Eagles diehard, tragic as well. And yeah, dude. So I want to talk to you about some footy before we just get stuck into what we're going to do, mate. Paddy G, man, what are your thoughts on Manly Sea Eagles prospects for 2022?
Well, look, we're either wearing rings in October or it's a failure of a year, to be honest. We got Tommy Turbo, that's about it. And look, no. In all seriousness, I think the comp every year we want to talk about dark horses. I think it's between Roosters, Storm, and Penrith, and then just below that, I would put us and the Eels.
But I know how much of a huge cricketing fan that you are, and I want to get your thoughts, if you'd like to share your thoughts, on the passing of Shane Warne today, mate.
Yeah, one of my mates sent it to us at 1 a.m. on the group chat. I was still up for some reason, but checked the phone. I couldn't believe I thought it was spam or whatever. Checked it myself. He had passed. Now, to my opinion, just looking at his stats, and I know the folklore of him, he's definitely probably the greatest bowler of all time. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see him in his heyday as an actual professional cricketer, but I've watched cricket my whole life, and he's always been the number one broadcast on both Nine and Fox. And it's like, it almost feels like when Kobe died, and it was everywhere. And Kobe's my favorite athlete of all time, but mainly because I think he's Australian, and the fact he just did the broadcasting for the entire Australian summer of cricket, it feels more personal. He just feels like he was everyone's mate. And you hear the stories about him, and he seems like, I don't know. I can't put it into words, to be honest. He's the GOAT. He's the best bowler. You watch the ball of the century, watching his 700th wicket. You watch all the highlights and shit.
Yep.
And, he's just gone. And, like, the fact that he posted 10 hours before we heard his news about the passing of Rod Marsh, it's just, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. As much as we plan holidays months in advance, and unfortunately we don't really like to believe it, it is true. You're not guaranteed tomorrow.
It gets some behind the scenes of what it's like in this bloody room as well. So if you just hold on a second, guys, I hope you guys don't have any bad... Oh, dude, that looks great. That looks fine, man.
Fox Cricket, don't copyright me. Actually, I'll turn it off.
Actually, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
In the words of Jeff Tuvey, this is ridiculous.
I don't know, man. You know what, bro? I could make some banana bread on stream, bro. If it doesn't work out, I can make a mean banana bread if people would be interested in that.
All right. We got there. Not against each other, but we got there.
So I'm just sharing our screen, and I've got the GoFundMe page up online. And we've hit $556, Paddy G. And that's been bumped up since you and I have been tooling around for the past little while. So we've done all right, haven't we?
Nothing screams donate more than two dudes who can't figure out how to play a game online.
King, mate, on a scale of 1 to bloody 10, mate, Will Penasini. The bloke has only played a handful of games. But fair dinkum, mate. He looks like he's just going to slot right on into first grade.
Oh, absolutely, man. Even in his first game for us, I was like, wow, this kid, I don't want to say it. I don't want to get annoyed when I say this, but he has the exact same playing style as Michael Jennings, I believe. They, look so similar, man. And he is so quick and evasive, and he just has, he's also an aggressive player. And he grew up playing with, it's really tight with Joseph Sawali. People are saying that they're around like the same like caliber, like they're that good, and Penasini could even be better. I've heard people say.
I think the last time that we checked, so the last time I saw, I think we were at about $586, and we're now at $636. Paddy, are you ready for a snippet of what could be tonight, mate? Are you ready for the next guest?
Well, I have no idea who it is because I can't see. So I'm going to be shocked no matter who this is. Who's going to enter the Royal Rumble?
Who's going to enter the Royal Rumble? 5, 4,
Four,
3, 2,
two,
1.
one.
Oh!
How are we, lads?
Paddy! Oh, always Brisbane Broncos! It's
Hang
a
on.
double. Yo!
I fell over.
How are you?
Yo,
I
I'm
saw,
very well, mate. Paddy, where are you, mate? There you
I,
are.
I just fell off my chair. I did not see that coming. That's the biggest number 30 shock in history.
So I went, well, since your game fucked up and you look like you're bored out of your minds till 6:30 when Nathan comes on, why not come on for a bit? I've got nothing better to do myself.
The community is obviously devastated up there at the moment, mate. But how are you guys doing it? How are things going at the moment, mate?
Mentally, it's fucked. It's not good. I mean, the other night, or the other day, I should say. I think it was Wednesday. It might have been Wednesday afternoon. We went down and had a look. I went in as well. I went in and had a look at my room, and I just went, "What the fuck is this?" I took a video of it. I didn't post on social media, but I took a video of it, and I went, "What the fuck?" I saw my Cowboys flag get destroyed, my TV, my Xbox, all covered in just shit. My bed literally fucking moved to the other side of the room. In the lounge room near my room, the floorboards are cracked, they're all broken. If you fucking jump on it, you probably fall through the cunt. You would. You genuinely fall through it. There's no two ways about it. It was one of the hardest things I've ever seen. And then obviously I went home and wasn't really in a good mood. I was in a shit mood when I left. And then later that night, so Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, that's when it really hit me. Because last couple of days I've been fine. But early Thursday morning, 2 to 4 in the morning, I was really upset, bro. I looked at some of the videos, I started getting a little bit emotional. But we've all just got to fucking, stick together now and just fucking get through this shit. But yeah, not good. It's going to be interesting to see if the house does end up staying there, because the walls are all fucked basically. The floorboards are corked. It's going to need new painting. Some of the walls have got holes in them because I think some of the lounges hit the walls. And if you touch the wall, I mean, honestly, it's like putting knife through butter, just like that.
Like going through a WWE table.
Yeah, look, obviously you guys would have saw in the news, the water and that. Fuck me, the water was 14 meters high.
What really hit me was the photo of the petrol stations. They have the big sign and it just tells you all the petrol prices and how high they go. And then
McDonald's,
the BP one,
McDonald's?
it was just the logo that was there. That's how high the water was.
I want to ask, are you, as a Lismore local, and maybe all West Brisbane Broncos can answer this as well, the insurances, the high level of insurance rates, is Lismore now at the state where they are going to now start demanding that insurance prices come down just because the level, just because of the area that they are living in? How are the locals now starting to feel angry towards the government because of the insurance policy prices?
Well, from what I understand, they will ask for that, and I have no doubt about that. They will. Are the locals angry with the government? I'm going to say yes and no. Probably 85% would say yes. Fuck the government. They're not happy. With the situation with the Lismore is the floods have always been bad here. If you go back, the 2017 flood was pretty bad. We weren't affected really in 2017. We sort of just survived 2017. We weren't too far off from going under. We had to go fucking chest deep to get to the shops and that. The 2011 flood was pretty fucking bad. I mean, we're pretty affected there as well. But oh yeah, the locals are pissed off, man. And the Premier was in town today with some of the other guys, with the mayor and shit. And I think if the Premier's going to come to town, everyone was pretty mad that they came to town, because all he came to do, have a quick look at this fucking carnage in town, talk to a couple of the rich business owners, do a photo up with the media, and then he'll fuck off on his helicopter back to Sydney. They don't give a fuck about Lismore. They don't care. Now, what I do see happening, I can see a lot of people cleaning up their house and then they'll fucking pack their bags, whatever they have left, and they'll fuck off to a different area. I can just see that happening. Now, our situation, we could be in that boat. I'm not too sure because, like I said, we're practically homeless now. We don't really have a home. Like we don't really have a home. We're just staying at a place that I'm not going to reveal. But if we got offered an opportunity to live in, I don't know, Gold Coast or fucking Tweed Heads or somewhere away from the carnage, then I think we probably would take that opportunity at this point. If we got offered a house in Brisbane, we would probably take it at this stage, considering all that has happened. So,
but while the going's good, why don't we get him on? Because the gentleman is in the green room right now as we speak. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's hope the dodo bird hasn't got him as well. We'll let him know in due course. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nathan Moore, whose setup looks really, really good. Hey, Nathan, you are on mute right now, my friend. If you could take yourself off mute, that'd be a good start.
I didn't realise that till now, sorry. Sorry about that.
Dude, no, man, you're coming in loud and clear. How you going, man?
I'm going really well. I'm enjoying the live stream and that. How's everyone?
Good to hear. I love hearing that.
And I've brought an old friend.
Oh, the guitar.
I have brought an old friend and some non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, you fucking drink Great Northern, you fucking clown.
Hey, leave Great Northern alone.
No.
It's the best. It's North Queensland beer. You've got it. Where are we? You've got to have this.
Speaking of Queensland, you boys are fucking... It feels like I need some Cowboys gear. So, in fact, I actually just went and got some Cowboys gear to be part of the family. So I think I'll whip out my Cowboys gear, and it feels right because going into the 2022 season, it just feels right that I'll bring out my Cowboys gear.
Oh!
All right, say it's 11 o'clock then.
What the fuck?
I thought I'd bring out my thing that I'm looking forward to the Cowboys getting in 2022. As most people are.
Top eight. Top eight, my friend. You just watch. You watch. We will get top eight. We will be in that top eight. We will surprise everyone. 5, 4, 3.
Simply the best.
Well, my name's Nathan. this so much pressure. God damn. Okay. First song I'm going to play. I'm going to play a bit of Paul Kelly, if anyone knows who Paul Kelly is. Now, this track is from around 1988. This is called To Her Door. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. They got married early, never had no money. Then when he got laid off, he really hit the sick. He started up his drinking, then he started fighting. He took it pretty badly. She took both the kids. She said, I'm not standing by to watch you slowly die. So watch me walking out the door, out the door, out the door, out the door. She went to her brother's, got a little bower. He went to the buttery, stayed about a year. Then he wrote a letter, said, I want to see ya. She thought he sounded better. She sent him on a fare. He was driving through the cane in the pouring rain on Olympic to her door, to her door, to her door, to her door. Climbing on a Sunday, every muscle aching, walking in slow motion, like he's just been hit. Depend on the future, working on his children. Could he get a picture, headed on a fit? He was shaking in his seat, riding through the streets in a silver top. To a shaking in his seat, riding through the streets in a silver top. To a door, to a door, to a door, to a door. There's that one. Described you clearly, but the sky began to fall. Am I ever gonna see your face again? Am I ever gonna see your face again? Taking this off, it's way too hot. It is incredibly hot. Thank you, Sam and Patty. Thank you. Oh, good Lord.
Do you go for the trifecta? Can we get the trilogy from Nathan Moore, mate?
I think I've got one more in me. This killing time is killing me. Drinking myself blind, thinking I won't see. But if I cross that line, it'll bury me. But I just might find I'll be killing time for eternity.
Right now, he is going to be the MC for this, and he would have just heard us talking good things about Manly just then. So without further ado, for the
is it
second
who I
time,
think it is?
for the second time this Savo, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bruins over
Yes!
Would you please welcome South Sydney Rabbitohs supporter, diehard, Mr. CJ Loxley. Hey man, are we coming in loud and clear? How you going?
Loud and clear. Am I coming in loud and clear?
Yes, you are. Yes,
Good,
you are, mate.
good.
How are things going, mate? How are you?
I'm good. I'm just really grateful to be a part of this, to help, everyone during the floods and tough time. It's good to see us all coming as a community and working together to do this. And I just want to appreciate you for reaching out to me to come on here, and I'm willing to do this.
He has been, I contacted him at such short notice, and I'm very thankful that he decided to say, yes, no worries. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome a Parramatta Eel supporter, Mr. Trev from Shut the Gates. G'day, Trev. How you going?
Yes. Hello, gentlemen. How are we?
Hey, Trev.
Very happy to be here.
Mate, you are looking crystal clear at the moment, mate. You're putting me to bloody shame, and you're coming in all good, man. How have things been with you, man? Long time no speak.
Everything's been up.
Firstly, he's a West Tigers fan. Ladies and gentlemen, he is all out Champa. How you going there, bro?
How are we, guys?
Fresh cut and all.
What's up, man?
How are we?
We're
Good
good,
to
man.
see you.
Pumped for the
Good to
footy.
see you, man. You're
Round
coming
one.
in loud and clear. You're coming in loud and clear, mate. It's all good.
That's
And
great.
second of all, he is a New Zealand Warriors fan. He is Warriors NRL fanatics. Warriors NRL
Right here.
There he is. The
Hey,
boys.
man.
How are you, fanatics?
47-second delay.
Gotta love the dodo.
How's everyone going?
Whatever.
Hey, good.
Hey, there it is.
Yes. Good,
Very
mate.
good, man.
Second topic me and Trev and CJ were getting into, and just want to ask you both quickly, just about, in particular, or one player that you think will go and improve this year, be like one of the most improved players in the comp, and then a team that you think will go backwards. So I'd like to ask just all that Champa quickly in that one. So basically your most improved player for this year, and your club that will go backwards in 2022. Who you got?
Right. Okay. My backwards team for this year, I am going to go with the Newcastle Knights. I don't see any hope in them at all.
Yep.
I feel like Mitchell Pearce is a big loss that I don't think a lot of people are realizing. Kalen Ponga needs to stay injury free throughout the whole season. That's really who they really have, in terms of quality attack. I don't see them going anywhere outside of the bottom four. I do see them being contenders for the spoon.
Yeah, where Moxie's gone, I don't know, but hopefully he's back soon. And yeah, I guess I'll ask you now, Warriors and RL Fnatic. So basically, your most improved player for the year and your backwards club for 2022. Who are you tipping?
I'm going to go with someone on the West. Yeah, I'm going to go with someone.
My bad, boys. My bad, boys.
I'm going to say Wade Egan. Yeah, why not? I'm going to go with a bit of a different player out of nowhere. I think.
Wow.
Next team, I'll probably say Newcastle as well. I just think Newcastle with no Brayley and that, and that's a big loss for them. So, and I've known Mitchell Pearce as well. So yeah,
You've been talking of Wade Egan.
Wade Egan is a player that I think will improve for the Warriors. Long-term hooker, I think he'll be starting hooker for sure. Yep.
You think so? Because what's your hooker depth?
Yeah, I'm back very tough. We don't have any options.
Well, he better be good then.
3, 4, 5. Nah, forget it. Hopefully he comes back soon though. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we might move on then. So he's fine. Okay. Okay. So all right. This is okay. So Nick said before we wanted to see a bit of a heated debate. This might be the first one where we might have a bit of debate. We'll see. I don't know, but I guess it is going to be. I guess we're all going to have sort of a different opinion on it, on that. But yeah, it's actually interesting because this has been talked about the last couple of days or so about the Australian halfback. So obviously they're saying that there's Nathan Cleary, there is Daly Cherry Evans up there as well as the Australian halfback and everything. So basically, it's sort of a debate whether who would you pick, Cleary or DCE. I know it makes sense to pick Cleary based on form, but I guess DCE's experience, he's been there, done it before. So it's very interesting to see who they will go with as the Australian halfback and everything. But Trev, who would you say would be your pick as the Kangaroos halfback in your opinion?
I don't think it should be a debate at all. I think Nathan Cleary is the best player, one of the best players in the world. Best halfback in the world by far at the moment. DCE, is he top 5 or is he carried by Turbo? That's what I reckon. Who cares if you got experience to play for Australia? Australia win all the time, except when they lose once every 3 years because they're just they put out half-ass team. Who cares? Like Nathan Cleary, easily the best player, easily best halfback in the world right now. So, I don't understand why it's even a debate right now. Like when has DC even been good for Australia? When's he been good for Queensland?
Oh, here we go.
Since we're on the top of Australia and national teams, I've actually wanted to bring this up as well. I don't know if this still gets talked about a lot, but it was talked about highly during Origin season. When Origin players play for State of Origin, should they only play for Australia? What I always thought the State of Origin was, to me, it's a preview of Australia's best. The best that Australia can offer in State of Origin. You look at those players, you look at players who can contend for a spot in the national side. And now we have all these other players who can, you have Daniel Tupou, who was in the Blues and now he was playing for Tonga. And then, you've got Jerome Luai and Brian Toho that say they pledge their allegiance to Samoa. I reckon if you want to play State of Origin, it means you play for Australia because those games, I feel like it shows Australia's best. And if you want to play, for another country, go play for another country. But the State of Origin is for, it's for people who play for Australia. It's that simple. It's always been that way, and it should never be changed. Not to
do what Andrew Fafita does. He played for New South Wales and Australia, and then he's like, oh, you know what? Like I've reached that. Now I want to try and represent my home country or his family's country. But
To be fair, he did kind of cheat that really good, eh?
Yeah.
so I'm completely fine with that. Like if you want to say nah, I don't want to play New South Wales or State of Origin anymore, and I want to go, that's fine.
Yeah, it's in
That's
your own
fine.
right to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll start with all that champions start with this one. Start with you first. So bro, who do you think will be the first coach? I mean, well, there's a lot of options. So give your opinion and just why. Like, why do you think you think it happened?
Honestly, I might say Todd Payton from the Cowboys. I want to say that they. Honestly, I have no hope for the Cowboys, and I just feel like his decisions in terms of attack, not giving Tamalolo enough game time is ridiculous. He's their best forward for a reason. I just feel like he's just not a good he's just not a good coach. It's just plain and simple. He has little to no experience as an NRL coach, only with the little stint he did with the Warriors. But look, as Todd Payton, there's not much I can say. He's just not a good coach. He's not inspiring. I don't feel like the players get inspired when they're with Todd Payton, and I just feel like he's got to go. He's just not a good coach. I feel like the Cowboys can do so much better in finding a better coach than Todd Payton.
Because I want to get rid of Tamalolo from the Cowboys.
Oh, really?
I want to
You
get
wanna
rid of his contract. I think he's a great player, but I think his contract's shit. Shit for the Cowboys. He's going to lounge around for the next 4 years. So,
But would the Cowboys want to let go of Tamalolo?
but I think it's better to rip the Band-Aid and get rid of him. To be fair, that's the worst roster in the NRL. I think it's a joke of a roster.
Was that the Cowboys?
Yeah, the Cowboys. They have Drinkwater, Townsend, the same player. Townsend and Dearden, the same player, and then you got Drinkwater there. He's the shittest player I've ever seen, and he's and there's it's terrible. It's terrible. The only person they've even got to good there, Val Holmes, overpaid, overrated. The Hammer is twice the player Val is at fullback. It's the worst roster. It's the worst list on the NRL.
Well, you got a fair point there in saying that, I guess, because I've got them for the wooden spoons, so that reflects in pretty much what I think anyway.
I'm going to go basic and go with Todd Payton as well. I'm going to give him about 8 weeks. I do think that the killer blow will be the game against the Roosters at the SCG. Obviously, it's not a game to expect to win, but if they go 0-4, then that's where panic sirens really start to come in. Obviously, with the tension between him and Tamalolo is going to play a part in it. And, yeah, I think Steve Georgalis will probably come in for the remainder of the year and still goes on from there, but I'm going to go for Todd Payton to be sacked by round 7.
I'll just sack the whole Cowboys. Sack them all. The list is terrible. It doesn't work.
Well, I mean,
I really want to know how Nick and Sam feel about it.
It's just one of those things, I think,
Hey.
Oh, look, he's here.
Yeah.
Testing. Can you guys hear me?
Here we go.
We can hear you.
Fair income. I host this stream. I leave for an hour and a half, and you boys beat the holy bejesus out of North Queensland for an hour.
Holy crap! I thought that was real for a second.
Mate, I'd love for you to. I would love for you to say anything regarding any of that.
I leave the stream for an hour and a half, and Cowboys get absolutely smashed. Holy
we had to say it. We had to say it.
And you guys can all have a say now. So to those who want to come on and have a say, please DM me and ask if you want to come on. And to help me out for a period of time is a gentleman that, well, he's only going to go from strength to bloody strength. He's one of the biggest YouTube content creators in the game. And ladies and gentlemen, he is a Parramatta Eels fan. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Mr. Entertain House. How are you, good sir?
Mate, I'm loving this stream. Obviously, I had the my cousin's gender reveal, which made it difficult to tune in for those hours. But I had the phone flicked and it was on mute. But I'll tell you what, driving around on this 50-minute drive to go and see my cousins, listening to how good your chat with Guru was, as well as the podcast, you've done a fantastic job here, mate. And I'm looking forward to the next couple of hours where we get some guests on.
because I just want to sit down and talk footy with bloody Entertain House, and they get to week 2 of the semi-finals, Entertain House, and they don't make it to week 3. Is that just an automatic fail, even if they go undefeated throughout the entire year? If they don't make week 3, is that an automatic fail as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it is. I think the fact that we've seen for recent years, if this year Parramatta do become the new look South Sydney Rabbitohs in that kind of choke in week 2 of the finals rather than week 3, it's going to be very disappointing. And especially Trev mentioning players like Isaiah Papali'i and things leaving our club really brings a lot of sadness to Parramatta fans, but it brings hope as well. And people like you, I don't have the Eels in my grand final, but watching and listening to you saying Roosters, Eels, I'm in my car almost crashing it, man. I'm struggling to drive properly.
I do. I genuinely believe that this is the year that Parramatta will at least make the preliminary final. But I'm going to stick my neck out there and say Roosters Eels grand final for sure, man. And I'm going to just duck off for a little bit and try and get things organised, mate. And Zed Tank, hey man, how you going?
Good. How are you all doing?
I'm very well, mate. You're coming in loud and clear, which is sensational.
Zed Tank, will you be attending 2022 Magic Round?
I'm 100% hoping that I will do, mostly because the Saturday of Magic Round is actually my birthday, so it's kind of a rugby league thing and also going out to celebrate my birthday.
Good day, CJ Moxley.
Yeah.
He's joined us. He's just ready to talk about the Dolphins. So welcome back to the stream. We've been going for 6.5 hours. Sam Rebels live stream here where we've raised plenty of money for Lismore and the great town of Lismore, as well as Nick from Australia and all those affected in Ballina, all around the country. But let's speak about the Dolphins.
Right.
Yeah, Alex Glenn retired. Alex Glenn, by the way, guys, I would love to get him on the chat. He does Twitch streams. So I'll tell you what, welcome Rugby League Roundup.
Hey, bro. Hey, guys. How's it going?
So, Tank, where have you got the Rabbitohs on the ladder, and what do you think of this new halves pairing combination?
I have South Sydney in the top 8, but I think it was around like 6th or 7th around that mark. I am not exactly familiar with this this new halfback, but so he's only played one first grade match so far.
Yeah. Yes. He was first try scorer in that match too, wasn't he? Because I won some money that night, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Last game's in round 24.
Dragons were bad last year, I'll tell you that.
Yo, Mr. Ali Ahmed says Roosters Eels grand final. That's my tip. As Nick from Australia says, it's time to go. Time to weed out the shit. His name is Kieran's Sports Vlogs. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, Kieran. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
What's
Hello,
up, Kieran?
Americans. So good to see you.
You're coming in loud and clear, mate.
Oh,
How
hey,
you going?
Entertain House. How you doing? So good to see you.
I'm going
As you
good,
already
Kieran.
know,
How are you? Nice
you're
to
a
see
huge
you.
fan of Parramatta's. Yep. I've been going to the Sydney Sixers games, and you've been there. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I have been at some Sydney Sixers game, mate. It's good to see you wearing your team colours. Everyone's excited for.
Yeah, I go for 2 Sydney Thunder teams. That's why I'm wearing this last year's jersey. And over to the back there, there's a player issues away jersey over there on the background.
Very, very nice.
Got me pegged, mate.
I like it.
Nice.
How many
Nice,
jerseys do we all have?
I've got about
Well,
30.
I got lots of Panthers jerseys, by the way. Yeah.
30 in my drawer, 50 in my dad's.
I've got a retro South
30.
jersey here.
30 in mine.
Oh, you have a
yeah.
Rabbitohs jersey. Well, speaking of the Rabbitohs, this is my.
And then I'm gonna take all of my dad's when he's older. And
Sam, when I asked that question, I didn't expect everyone to run around like a madhouse. Intrigued by the
Just for a short time, we got Whale Pirate Zanedin.
Yeah, Sydney lost, bro. What happened?
Hi, guys. Shush, Billy. Shush, Billy. We have a lot of depth in
back.
in the outside backs.
I got all the NR games.
Outside back for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Like,
there you go.
Like South Sydney's backs.
Yeah,
like,
I was planning to get this thing for the original Xbox because I have a PS2 console, but I'll get it in the future.
Kieran, man.
Hello?
Kieran, bro, I love the energy. I love the energy, bro, but I just asked CJ and Whale a question, mate, and you came in talking about video games. But I love the energy, mate. Just hang on a second, mate. I'll get to you in a minute.
Says, Kieran form, Frank. Oh, you're so funny, Paddy G.
Oh yeah. What do I think of South Sydney's depth? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna agree with CJ, and I'm gonna say 7 as well.
And there are superstars like Billy Slater, Corey Parker, and Peter Wooden. Yeah. And, other NRL stars, yeah.
Did Billy Slater play for us, did he? I don't remember that.
Oh, good question for him, man. Well, it all started when I was a baby, when I was born in 2002.
I'm a best fight, man.
3, when I was 1 year old, my dad and my brothers Luke and Austin and Leanne take me to the Panthers games, and now I'm starting to love it. Yeah.
Kieran, mate, I want to ask you a question about the grand final last year, to the dismay of CJ and YL. But where were you, mate, and what were you doing the grand final
Well,
day
I've been
that
watching
game,
the
mate?
grand final with my family, Mom and Liam, and Liam's girlfriend.
Soda buddies.
Rachel.
Hang on.
We have a fantastic time, and wow, my second grand final win to the Panthers. It's amazing. I love it. And not
Wait,
to
the
mention,
second-
it's also my first ever grand final win to my niece, Lenny Murphy, who is my brother Luke's daughter, who was born in last year.
Joining us early is the great man himself. So please, everybody,
Filling up.
just keep the volume down to a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please make welcome for the second time during this live stream at the 7.5 hour mark, Mr. Nick from Australia.
How are we, lads?
How you doing?
Shrug your
Oh, he knows. We already know. what his
Honestly,
scores are.
honestly,
You know, Nick.
Hang on. Let me answer it, bro. Hang on, Wale. Wait your turn, brother. Let me talk. Hang on, brother.
In my opinion, who will win the premiership? I go with Manly.
This is a calm your shit. Wait your turn. Yeah.
Oh, the first one to come in my head. Do you think there's any players that Queensland should be selecting for this upcoming Origin series?
Yeah, I do. And his name's Sam Walker.
Oh, really, man? Really?
Sam Walker.
Agree.
Sam
Yeah,
Walker and Cameron
the
Munster need
Blues
to be the
has
half.
shows so many players, like for example, Cleary, Jerome Uwai, and Brian Toto. Yeah.
Jack White or Mitchell Moses in that Blues team ever again.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I'm glad
they're
you said
gonna.
that,
Agree.
Nick,
Thank
because,
you.
Agreed.
No, I'm glad you said that, mate. I think lads like Cody Walker.
Josh. What's up, man?
Get it.
Oh,
West Coast
hello.
Broncos.
Hey, Josh.
Spider.
Put in read his all national, like Kieran's logs. Oh, what's up, boys? God, I can't even read his all.
This is Kieran
Just
Mon
a
as Beatrice.
Just be warned, mate. It's fucking positive.
Look at the chat. Yeah, maybe even that.
I've said
Sam
question. Did Wale leave because of me, or did he just like connection cut out?
No, that was because of me, Nick.
Yeah.
Fucking fair enough.
Fuck, I love you, Sam Rebel.
Send off. Send off,
I love
baby.
Wale,
VB
but,
time.
50 minutes. Strike me bloody pink, mate. Absolutely sensational.
Sam Rebel, this is a good effort from you, mate. You're getting a bit old.
Got a few bloody grey hairs, and I don't have much on top as well, mate.
London Broncos, just unreal.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
Fuck me.
it's just sensational, aren't they?
They kind of remind me of the North Queensland Cowboys. In
God damn it.
Yeah, that's a fucking thing. The London Broncos couldn't even win a game of wheelchair rugby league at this point. They're that bad.
Do you know what? Look, I'm a brand new watcher of Super League, mate, and I have chosen the Barrack Hole FC. And I know I said about half an hour ago that you should always back your team. Don't ever back against your team. but fair dinkum. I know they won well, Hull FC just recently, but just the feel I'm getting from Huddersfield Giants, mate, is good. And I think Huddersfield could finish on top of Hull FC if the early birds aren't careful this season, man. I didn't know if this was a troll or not. James Nicol, can you please make Paddy G's head picker, please?
He's not he's an absolute tosser. No,
what is his profile?
He loves Nick because he loves his like rants and how he just calls everyone a cunt and shit.
Nick from Australia, ready?
Go on.
Bow down. Bow down.
No!
Bow down. Did you reach 100 subs today, CJ?
Yeah, while I was on live. So.
Congratulations, man. Hey,
great work.
Well done, mate.
Amazing.
No, saucy, mate.
CJ Cranberry Juice Moxley, congratulations.
That's what we need. Dean on here one day just so he can.
I wish Dean was here. I fucking.
Oh, dude, yeah. Shout out to rugby league history, man. I wish you were here, mate. You're probably working your ring off, but all best to you.
He's probably having a big day at work. Probably losing over some guys working. We're probably telling you.
He'll let us know in the chat.
And to celebrate CJ's 100 subscribers, he's going to be saying 100 nice things about the Sydney Roosters.
No.
No, hang on. There you go. Up and away, CJ. There you go. There you go.
100 things. Let's go.
100 things to say about the Sydney.
I love his 9 fingers.
Nice things to say, CJ.
Angus cried into the snake. Here is a wanker. Stop me now. Stop me now. Before he gets to our ring.
Go on, that's one. Got it up 2.
Let's not do this. It's going to get too far out of hand.
Those are 2 negatives. He's going to do 102 now because he's in debt.
Boys, how much money are we up to?
Let me check, mate. Let me check. Please excuse me just for a second.
I would also like to give this moment to. I'd like to give this moment. I'd like to give this moment. Wait, I would like to give this moment to thank all. All right, let's be serious, boys. I'd like to give this moment to thank everyone that's coming out of the almost 9-hour live stream today. I mean, you've been great. The views have been solid. I reckon they've been consistent. Like majority of the stream, they've been pretty high, especially when Nathan was doing his songs. So, I mean, it's good to see everyone come in. I actually found who that Dominic person was, and I took him out bush and hung him from a tree, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. I sorted him out. Everything else, it's been great, man. I honestly wanted to go down to the club and go live from the local club on Norfolk Island, but I thought that'd be too out of hand.
Kind of wish you did now, mate. Kind of wish you did. What kind of club we talking, mate? Hey?
Oh, hey, no, with the king.
I'm talking dirty, very dirty, late night dirty secrets.
Now I want to play something, right? And I don't mean for it to come across vain, but this is. I want to show you guys a moment from Nick from Australia. I think this is just about his best rant.
Welcome to episode 1 of Nick from Australia. Hey guys, good show. Hope you guys are doing well on this Saturday night. Hope you guys are doing better than me and Sam at the moment. Obviously, Cowboy supporters. Lads, what'd you think of Super Saturday?
Let's blow out, say the least.
And then you've got Cohen Hess. Used to be a fat, lazy fuck on an edge. Now he's gone to the front row, and he actually looks all right, the poor bastard. Surprised he wasn't in the Origin side, but he probably went, I don't want to fucking suffer that, the fucking depression either, but that's bad enough losing to Queensland at this current stage. Shane Wright looks like a fucking idiot. He looks like a fucking guy who's got fucking backwards teeth. And the bench, let's get to the fucking bench. And then you've got Francis Mollo, that fucking idiot. You know, he's going to St. George next year. You might as well get him on a fucking plane from Townsville to St. George. You know, put the cunt on a Virgin plane. Give him terrible service. What's his name, Lukey? He looks like an 18-year-old kid going to a fucking Year 12 formal.
Guys, just quickly, the rugby league history has joined us in the chat for the first time on this stream. Nick, become the firestorm, bro.
Lad, I keep forgetting we're not in a call. We're on live. I keep forgetting.
I know, man.
Rugby league history. Here's a blue between YouTubers, and he just goes.
Wait, he's the king star of rugby league.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We've gone truly international right now.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's coming to us live from England. Would you please welcome Mr. Just Rugby League? Hey, man.
Hey.
Hey.
Yo.
Good, mate. How are you doing, mate? How was your day today?
Quiet. I've just been working, just finished now, so long day now. Got a lot of stuff to do this afternoon, so
You knock anyone's head off?
You what, pal?
You didn't knock anyone's head off yet? Not today?
no, but lads went out last night from work and got in a bit of a bother.
I know.
Sorry, CJ, but mate, how do you sort of surmise what happened to Wakefield? Sorry, not Wakefield, Warrington last night to Catalans, mate?
Just had to. Yeah, go on.
And then I just wanted to put it across to all the lads as well. Obviously, the World Cup coming up this year. How do you think you boys are going to go as well?
Should be close to winning at least. Should be in the final. That's the expectation.
Yeah, look, I'm going to sound like an asshole here, but I'm actually going to be going for England in the World Cup.
Nick from England.
Oh, you unpatriotic.
Yeah.
NFE. Nick from England.
Nick from England. Nick from England.
Yeah, you got to change your name now.
NFE.
Sure.
Greater.
Nick's a pommy.
Barmy Army.
Now, I don't want to sort of spoil your video, Just Rugby League, because if you haven't already, please go and check out Just Rugby League's YouTube channel. He released a video just recently about the 30-man England, 30-man squad for England, mate. So what was it that you had to? What was your overarching opinion, if you don't mind me asking, Just Rugby League?
There's a few names been left out of there. Probably, obviously, the Australian lads who are over there in the NRL will not get picked because it's just a one-day training session. But there's a couple of players in there like Reece Lynn. Who else is there? There's a couple of names in there which I would say there's nowhere near the England squad. And then obviously you got like the new lads of Morgan Knowles, Jack Wellesby, Liam Marshall. Who else is coming? Lewis Dodd, who have earned their spot in that team. So obviously the English rugby league is looking pretty bright. Quite a lot of them young players have beat the Aussies when they were playing junior rep rugby as well. So English rugby is looking pretty decent, but I still think we're nowhere near as good as the Australians are.
Guys, I just want to make a special shout out. I don't know if this guy has donated. There's a guy in the chat, and I hope you all give him a round of applause. I believe the Manly rep, the guy in the chat, if you're watching, hello. I think he's been in here the entire time since the very first second since we've gone live. And to you, the Manly rep, you have added on to the 26 people that are watching live right now. Thank you so much for tuning in the entire time.
Representing Manly really well.
That's why we're going to win the comp performances like that. He's sitting
fucking Paddy G. Any goddamn opportunity.
Look, usually I think Manly will win.
Unbelievable.
But we got less than 3 minutes until we hit our magic 9-hour number, guys. I just want to leave it to you guys first. Nathan, I don't mean to put you on the spot, mate. Do you have any parting words before we turn this thing off, mate?
All I gotta say is thank you to Sam for all this you've done. We've set this up for a week. It's been absolutely incredible in that. There's just so I don't know what to say other than like thank you.
CJ Moxley, man, do you want to have a last say before we shut things down?
Yeah, just like what Nathan said, thank you, Sam, for starting this up. Nick, look, man, I consider you like an older brother, man. So, I really hope everything works out really soon. If it wasn't for you, man, I probably wouldn't even be doing this. Obviously, today I passed 100 subscribers, so I owe that to you, man.
Yeah, man.
And I really hope everything gets better, man, because, I love you, man. You're like an older brother to me.
G, mate, any last words?
Yeah, just thank you for everything. I sort of said it when I got off last time. Shout out to Nick, Josh, their family, and everyone else who's been affected by the floods. Shout out to the chat, too, for being here the whole time. Obviously, everyone who's been on today. And also, just finally, once again, rest in peace to the great Shane Warne.
I just like to say thank you to you, Sam. Obviously, putting all this together. You're doing such a, you've not really had much time to put it all together and that. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, watched most of it, had a good laugh and that, watching along. And then to Dick, just sorry for what's happened to you, mate, and thinking about you and your family and everybody in Australia.
Mate, I've only known you for probably about a month, probably just over a month now, and you've been a very important part of my channel as well with the Super League stuff, obviously the reviews and stuff like we do a couple times already, and we'll definitely get them done again in the near future, no doubt about it. Obviously this week was a bit tough to get reviews done and shit due to what's been happening and that, but mate, you've been very good to me so far, and mate, I appreciate you as a friend as well, and mate, you're a fucking legend.
Sam, bro, Paddy's laughing. Sam, bro, I respect you a lot for putting this together, bro. It shows a lot. Honestly, I don't know who else would have been able to do this, put it together so short notice. Nicky Bear and Josh, I love you. You're a family.
Just to sort of finish off as well, we've made a little bit more money. So the total tally, everyone, is $765 that we have raised today. That's absolutely sensational. I've already said thank you to you, Nick, and you know how much you've done for me. I've made that very public. This has just been absolutely unbelievable. Look, next time we do, if there is ever a next time for a 9-hour sort of live stream, let's try and hope that it's in a nicer circumstance, if you know what I mean. But everybody from the live chat to Rugby League Guru, Bailey Antrobus, Rugby League Roundup, you know who you are. Thank you so much to everyone that's contributed today and helped out, messages of support and the donations as well. It's just been the best, mate. Just been the best. Thank you, Nick. And Nick, I just want to leave you with the last word, mate.
I don't even know what to say, man. Like 9 hours and $765 is just absolutely outstanding. Obviously, it didn't get to 2K or anything like that, but mate, every cent counts. That doesn't matter what the vet price is, like whether it's $5 or $500. It all counts, bro. And Sam, mate, I know you've worked extremely hard to get this thing set up, and mate, I'm forever grateful for what you've done in the last couple of days, and everyone that's donated and everyone that's messaged me. It's like it all means a lot to me. Whether you message me late or not, still means a lot to me, man. And I guess this has been one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And do I deserve this? Maybe. Am I grateful? Fucking oath I am. Someone like me, 3 or 4 years ago, I would never have pictured myself doing this or anything like that. I love everyone that's been a part of this, and look forward to seeing what the future unfolds. I'm really grateful for everyone. Thank you all. Love you all.
And we'll leave all of you with Nick's last words. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. What a special day this has been. The Rugby League 2022 season kicks off next week. Hella friggin' Lulia. And let's get it, boys. Let's trot. So again, adios, everybody. Thank you very much.
Let's trot, bro.
Love you, lads. Yes. Let's trot, boys.